Welcome to BTV News at 3 p.m. I am Khomatsago Utukile and interpreting in sign language is Topo Taposa. Shall we start with the headlines? 12 beauty queens aged 50 years plus awarded livestock by President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi and the First Lady Ms. Neo Masisi. Botswana and the European Union pledged to solidify their relations on issues pertaining to economy and politics. While Holy Ghost Football Club's efforts to avoid relegation shuttered following a 2-2 draw against Matebele FC. We're live from Gaborone, the capital. Good afternoon. And in our first story, 12 beauty queens aged 50 years plus who participated in a beauty pageant on International Women's Day in March this year have been awarded or rewarded with livestock by President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi and the First Lady Ms. Neo Masisi. The beauty queens who come from pageant won cattle, calves and prize money under the various categories following the President's pledge to honor winners. Sebastian Tebogo and Utsidile Onkabetse compiled the report.
These quintagenarians were contestants for the beauty pageant held in Paje village in commemoration of International Women's Day in March. The first, second and third placed beauty queens were awarded cemental cows and their calves as per the presidential promise, tying into the very essence of promoting better livelihoods for Botswana.
Karagosa ke laga maji mawonto aro no montenyani oh hey o tshwana ke khongwa cimentala e ya go gwedisiwa ebe nna namane ha ya hanywa ai namane tsa gona pe tsone e be luntshipi ba go di ba tshipi tsa rona le go hetola mangena gore ne ya rona. The
ya go segela batho base go babela base gore ha ke bua kere thua le tota ke bua ka ga eng gore ba itse gore ba tshwantse go simolla gona ha go tuleng ha se ba mo go se ba tsenetswe.
The First Lady cited this gift as essential to advancing the quest for prosperity and inclusion, fully aligning with the national vision priorities.
Botswana, yeah, 2036, guided the whole country, vision 2036. Me, what they declare, Melene, Abonesere, Agasona. Make a move. Kabona for your name, boy, and gay, in a more as a Nella.
The reigning beauty queen could not hold her excitement, expressing delight and gratitude for the gift. The remaining 9 beauty pageant contenders were awarded a cash prize of 500 pula each.
Now, the private sector has been urged to embrace corporate social responsibility, not merely as a moral responsibility, but as a strategic decision that can ensure their long-term viability. The managing director of Kalahari Breweries Limited, Mr. Carlos Bennett, shared this view at the inaugural CSR conference and its 2024 awards ceremony in Gaborone on Thursday. They were further encouraged to learn from each other's best practices in the field to better serve their communities and impact their livelihoods positively. Solofelo Tombali.
Companies in Botswana have over the years, with the encouragement of government, develop corporate social programs to benefit the communities in which they operate from through educational programs, community entrepreneurship, and more. At the first ever Corporate Social Responsibility Conference, these companies were encouraged to learn from each other's best practices in the field to better serve their communities and to ensure their sustainability.
We're gathered here as various stakeholders who either are affected or affect CSR. The key objectives of this gathering will include facilitating dialogue and collaboration, showcasing best practices, encouraging innovation in CSR.
In the current global landscape, the role of business in fostering sustainable practice is more critical than ever. Embracing social responsibility is not merely an ethical choice, but a strategic one that can really lead to enhanced reputation, increased customer loyalty, and long-term viability.
Speaking on behalf of the Minister of Finance, the Assistant Minister of Education and Skills Development, Ms. Naniki Magwinja, celebrated the good works of the private sector and impacting many livelihoods.
The following are notable works under CSR. The First National Bank, must acknowledge you again, has refurbished a community park in Broadhurst using recycled materials and solar panels. Botswana has contributed significantly to a number of community projects. This includes Ambassador initiatives, the 1.2 million for the Olorato Children's Center in Lotakane.
The companies present were encouraged to leverage on technological advancements to help communities keep up with the emerging challenges in society. Solofala Tombale, BTV News, Gaborone.
Now, Botswana has taken a significant step forward with the launch of the Apiculture value chain strategy aimed at contributing to a sustainable and viable beekeeping industry. The strategy, which was launched by the Assistant Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Molebatsi on Thursday, is expected to reduce the country's honey import bill. According to statistics, Botswana in the year 2022-2023, Botswana produced only 13% of what the country consumes, while 16 million Pula honey products was imported. Mamusi Siska has more.
Beekeeping is one of the untapped but lucrative agricultural sectors in the country, currently with only 13% of honey produced. The launched strategy is a comprehensive plan that aims to enhance honey production, improve quality standards, and create a robust market for beekeeping products. The strategy aligns with the country's vision of diversifying the agricultural sector and creating jobs.
Currently, Botswana produces 13% of the national demand, with the 87% deficit met through importation. 13% only. I am also told that in 2022-2023, Botswana imported around 255 tons of honey, with a total monetary value of 16 million Pula. The statistics from Statistics Botswana. Mostly, these imports come from neighboring countries.
The strategy also sheds the spotlight on several key areas, including training and capacity building for beekeepers, research and development, and establishment of modern technology.
The
government has intensified efforts to enhance the apiculture, and I want to believe that there is a package specifically for us in these other agricultural programs.
Package e leng gore e ka re thusa ra itse gore ha ona le se o ka kgona gore jaanong gore menta ba ka go neela le wena o boema ka dina o itsa ka sona.
At an advanced stage in terms of developing the diploma in beekeeping. I believe by next year, August, we should be getting the first batch of students. But at the same time, we are also developing a certificate program, which also it will be a complement training in terms of beekeeping. We also have a center for in-service and continuing education. For a long time, it has been training farmers and the public in beekeeping, the short course as a non-credit bearer.
And I would like us to seriously consider and appreciate the apiculture as the bigger picture in the contribution of our newly approved program Tuole. We don't want to look at this sector in isolation because it embodies part of the bigger program being Tuole. So we should see how it relates to creating wealth using livestock production.
The apiculture value chain strategy is expected to attract investment into the beekeeping sector and provides a sustainable source of income for many Botswana. On the same breath, also supporting biodiversity. Mamusi Siska, BTV News, Silibe Pigwe.
As we move on with our stories, Botswana and the European Union have pledged to solidify their relations on issues pertaining to economy and politics. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Lemogang Kwape, said this at the duo's first partnership dialogue in Gaborone. Dr. Kwape explained that the intention is to strengthen relations and exchange views on common issues affecting Botswana and European countries. Khorata Moranyane has more.
Botswana's economy is heavily dependent on mining of minerals and export earnings, which are primarily derived from diamonds. It has a strong trading relationship with the European Union, dating from many years ago. However, it faces challenges in a number of respects due to climate change, lack of economic diversification, relative poverty, unemployment, the need to upskill the economy, and reduce its dependency on the public sector. Therefore, this partnership dialogue will help address these challenges.
I am confident that our meeting today will be fruitful as we endeavor to gauge progress on the implementation of the ongoing development projects here in Botswana. These are projects that the EU is providing both financial and technical assistance for their successful completion and positive impact on the lives of Botswana. Excellencies, the commitment and dedication of the EU and the individual EU member states to Botswana's socio-economic development and upliftment of the living standards of. We have come to a very fruitful conclusion of this year Botswana-EU partnership dialogue. Therefore, allow me to thank you more sincerely for your constructive engagement, candid engagement throughout our deliberations, which has led to the success of this meeting. From our discussion today, I can confidently say that I am satisfied with the progress that we've made so far in implementing our multi-annual indicative program that was launched in 2022. With the commitment demonstrated thus far, I am certain that this program will have yielded significant results.
The partnership dialogue is said to be critical as it will be used to assess and monitor the process and commitments made by both parties.
I want to congratulate you, Honourable Minister, and your government for signing this new step in our partnership, which seeks to beef up the ambition level for our partnerships, European Union partnership across the globe, including with Botswana. It brings the cooperation closer to the ground, to the partner countries, and it also seeks to tackle the global challenges together. We also will be focusing on investment and job creation, and we will be organizing partnership dialogues like this one.
The government of Botswana stands ready to work closely with the European Union and other like-minded countries. Khorata Moranyane, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Botswana Defence Force awarded over 300 medals to its members based in Francistown at the BDF annual awards ceremony aimed at recognizing former and current members for their outstanding service and conduct in their military duties. They included the Pearl Jubilee Medal, the Foreign Service Medal and Long Service Award. Abigail Madorobo with more.
These awards are which include the Pearl Jubilee Medal, which is awarded to any member of the Botswana Defence Force who has completed 30 years of honourable continuous service in the BDF, are a way of recognizing efforts of the officers in the armed forces. The Foreign Service Medal is awarded to any member of the BDF for honourable service outside the borders of Botswana, while long service is awarded to those who served for 15 years with good conduct.
Go boka letsatsi le ke amogetse sesele sa 30 years sesele se ra go le gontsi thata mo go nna ke gopola nako ene ke joina sole ka 1993 go ne go se bonolo mo ile gore ne re la ke le go training ke ne ke akanya le gore o ka renga boela go gae Foreign service medal on its own, it's a definition where somebody is deployed in a foreign country. That being the case, you can redeploy in Mozambique the previous year. It is a milestone on its own because it doesn't only speak to me, it speaks of me saving the country of Botswana.
It is not an easy thing. It quite need dedication, discipline for you to be awarded a long service order medal.
Those who received the medals appreciated the BDF management for the medals and promised to continue saving the country diligently. Abigail Madorobo, BTV News, Francistown.
We're live from Gaborone, the capital, and thank you for staying with us. Now, as we continue with our stories, Good Hope District Council Chairman Mr. Kinalo Onemotsa-Thebe says that benchmarking exercise in the Chobe district will enable them to grow their heritage and the agritourism sector, which they could use for district economic growth and development. Mr. Motsa-Thebe says despite them having various resources at their disposal, they are yet to explore the limitless opportunities the two sectors have to offer. Kizo Temani with the report.
The Good Hope district relies on agricultural development, but has potential to tap on other sectors to fast-track developments. They are looking to take a leaf off the Chobe district, which has a thriving agritourism sector due to the vast natural resources found there.
Kasane le boremelelo jwa bojanala. Le rona re eletsa go a go tlhabolola kgaolo a rona ka bojanala. Jo bo sa ikagang ka diphologolo.
Kasane is a tourism hub. Therefore, we want to enhance our tourism sector and diversify our economy through our natural resources.
Di tshwana le mahelo a ditso, di tshwana le ramatlaba ma artificial insemination center.
The Good Hope district is still finding its feet being newly established. Council committee stating there are still some teething problems they need to overcome.
I'm glad to say we can achieve most of those.
We have managed to accomplish and fulfill some projects in the district.
They are complete.
As the chairperson of the Community Development Social Services Committee, we are trying hard to encourage women and youth to utilize the poverty eradication scheme. Thus, we bought a new bus that will be used to transport people staying in remote areas to come access necessary government programs.
Le shortage ya metsi mo kgaolong. Jaanong a ka re itse gore re santse re le mo projecting e leng gore re phatlhaletsa metsi go tswa ko north side of the.
We are encountering a challenge of waste management and water distributions, so we are still in progress of developing ways to solve these challenges we are encountering.
Ditanka tsa rona re di tlhatswa jang gore ra ha ra go ira di inspection tseo ba le phatlele leng gore la cleaner mo ditankeng tsa rona ba diragatse jalo ka di sample tsele di a be di repotetse gore gona le ha metsi go gongwe re tla itlhelang sa siama teng.
This benchmarking expedition will be rolled out to other more seasoned district councils in order to learn of the best practices which can assist in their bid to find economic diversification means. Kitso Temane, Botswana Television, Kazungula.
Khosi Tawana Moremi II has urged the chiefs and the administration in Maun to rally behind the Dikadile campaign and be the driving force in instilling the cultural values to guide the youth in maneuvering their day-to-day struggles. He said this at the launch of the Khosi Tawana Dikadile campaign at Maun Senior Secondary School, which is aimed at harnessing the influence and wisdom of Dikhosi to make a substantial impact in the lives of young people. Anthony Tobahang and Atlas Saonekinelwe report.
Issues of gender-based violence, indiscipline, teenage pregnancy, alcohol and drug abuse are deemed to be major setbacks in students' low academic performance in Ngamiland region. Therefore, this prompted the Queen Esther organization under Lead Girl to come up with a community mobilization workshop, to tackle these issues head-on and help build a better tomorrow for students.
The Dikhosi tsa go Tawana Dikadile campaign
which emerged from a community mobilization workshop led by Queen Esther under the Lead Girl Project, seeks to tackle these issues head-on as an intervention led by the cause. By bringing the quota directly to the youth, we aim to foster a supportive environment where open dialogue and mutual understanding can thrive. We will teach young people boto just Botswana we tshwaro jo bo hapegileng and maitseo a ngwana wa Motswana.
We have to raise awareness about the dangers of substance and alcohol abuse through community outreach programs and educational campaigns.
Traditional leaders responded to the call for action with enthusiasm and embraced the initiative and the idea of becoming part of the solution.
Your presence here today bears testament to the rapid growth of challenges the youth encounter, which adversely affects their future.
Our traditional leaders responded to the call for action with enthusiasm and dedication. Together we designed the Dikhosi Kadile program tailored to leverage the unique strengths and roles of our chiefs in addressing the issues faced by our youth.
The Dikhosi tsa go Tawana di Qadile initiative will be running throughout the year, with traditional leaders adopting schools near them to share and motivate young people as they are deemed to be the backbone of the country's stability and adherence to the rule of law. Anthony Toborang, BTV News, Maung.
And now in a last story, government has made strides in raising the bar for emergency care delivery and guarantee that every citizen has access to prompt and efficient care when they need it through cooperation, innovation and knowledge exchange. The remarks were made last night by the Assistant Minister of Health, Mr. Sethomo Lelatisiswe, at the official launch of the Botswana Society on Emergency Care in Gaborone. Mojadi Mukibelo reports.
Celebrating a major milestone in Botswana's healthcare system is no small feat and is evidence of the government's dedication to improving emergency care in this country. Therefore, the inception of Botswana Society on Emergency Care as an essential part of any healthcare system will help in responding to life-threatening situations.
Your dedication speaks volumes about the success and the quality that we can look forward to concerning this important health aspect. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I wish to reiterate the Ministry of Health's commitment to working together with all stakeholders to create a future in which no one dies from lack of access to emergency care, as we officially establish the Botswana Society of Emergency Care.
Pretty a more robust, resilient emergency medical field has been the core mandate of the society.
Our platform, ladies and gentlemen, is extended to you funders, to you administrators, and emergency medical care professionals. To achieve our set objectives, we feel us coming together and forming a collaborative effort, we will surely go to a better place. Now let us go to work and set a positive tone in the field of emergency medicine in Botswana.
Absorbing skilled and competent personnel will further improve the standard and availability of emergency care services across Botswana.
I have to have faith that the ambulance crew that does the extraction and transports me are competent and well trained. And I have no control over that. I have no control over the doctors and nurses that will see me at the first hospital, or how well they will initially perform the resuscitation and transfer. So that really gives us, as emergency care providers, an important responsibility and an important opportunity.
The newly established Botswana Society on Emergency Care is expected to initiate and create a conducive environment for innovation and teamwork that will promote a resilient healthcare system that meets the needs of all citizens across the country. Moja Timu Kibelo, BTV News, Gaborone.
Well, with that last story, we now move on to the sports news with Liza Osekeng, who's ready to serve you.
Thank you so much, Khomotseho. Good afternoon. I am Liza Osekeng with your World of Sport. And in our first story, the final week of the Botswana Premier League games will commence tonight. 7th place, the BDF 11 takes on Matebele FC, who are in position 11 at VTM Arena. Another game will see 4th placed Security Systems taking on the relegated Police 11 at Lobatse Sport Complex. Now, Holy Ghost Football Club's efforts to avoid relegation were shattered on Wednesday following a 2-2 draw against the Matebele FC. The draw left Holy Ghost on spot number 15 with 23 points from 29 outings. Victoria Daken has the report.
Holy Ghost gained promotion to the 2022-2023 Botswana Premier League season and just managed to escape relegation in their maiden season. This season, they were struggling to find the back of the net in most of their fixtures, having only managed to win 5 and lose 16. The 2-2 draw against Matebele was their 8th of the season and leaves them stuck in position 15 on the log standings.
Totara Simola Sentle, second round. We did well, we collected some points first round, but second round, respect towards the end of the season. In the second round, there is a center, but we lost a lot of games towards the end. And we tried this game. We needed 3 points more on the total, but as we considered 2 goals first half, but we managed to make some tactical changes. The player change, and it nearly worked for us because we managed the draw.
Despite their relegation to the lower division, coach Douglas Muitlangwani says they will keep their heads high and try by all means to prepare for next season so as to reclaim their Botswana Premier League status.
It's just a matter of going back to the drawing board and really team where did you went wrong.
It is a matter of coming together as a team and stakeholders to see where we went wrong and try to regroup so that we get the team back to the Botswana Premier League.
As a team, all stakeholders, what can we be done to assist the team to work Premier League?
The Mopane-based outfit becomes the 3rd team to relegate to First Division South, following Police 11 and 11 Angels. In their last game of the season, Holy Ghost takes on 2nd placed Gaborone United, who are also eyeing the championship. Victoria Daken, BTV Sport, Mamhiko.
And finally, 11 Angels are the 3rd and final team to be relegated from the Botswana Premier League following a 3-2 loss to Tafik in a Francistown derby played at Obed Itani Chilume Stadium. Meanwhile, Tafik's victory leaves them in the top 8 bracket with only 1 game left to end the 2023-2024 season. Karabo Sebeli.
Lakhamula Bananyana came into this encounter in the back of a 1-0 draw with Holy Ghost, leaving them stuck in the relegating zone, while Tafik were fresh from a 5-2 loss to Murupule Wonders. Both teams came determined to score, but it was Majimengenga boys who took the lead on the 34th minute through Thabiso Bante. Then a few minutes before the halftime break, Nkabetse Makhantei scored the 2nd goal to take the game to recess, with Tafik leading 2-0. From the break, both teams fought tooth and nail to take control of the game. 11 Angels were awarded a penalty after a foul by the Angels' defense, but missed the spot kick. Their efforts, however, paid off later on as Fungai Muzila pulled one back on the 81st minute. Tafik then extended their lead 7 minutes later as Kisekile Chivese netted a 3rd. On the 88th minute, Lakhamula Bananyana scored again to finish the game with a 3-2 loss.
Proud of the boys for the manner that they do it. It's not convincing, it's not pure, it's not what you want as a football. Especially me, the football I want from my team is not the one I want, but at the end of the day, I take the 3 points and we move on, we go on. We want to be in the top 8 of the league, and it's achievable.
We played beautiful football. Last season we played well. This season we also played beautiful football. So now nobody can blame our efforts. You know, nobody can blame this boys' efforts. They came into the Premier League for the first time. Most of them this season again. New guys in the Premier League, new talent.
As both teams are left with one game to close off the 2023-2024 season, 11 Angels relegates to the First Division League, while Tafik maintains the top 8 spot on Botswana Premier League log standings. Karabo Sibili, BTV Sport, Francistown.
Well, and that is it for sport this afternoon. I'll be back with more at 5, but stay tuned because In Context continues right after this.
We are very intentional